Yo, what's going on, friends? Today we got the Alien PTB. So we're going to first check out the Xenomorph, the powers, the perks, etc. You knew this killer was coming. It's obviously the only choice. Here we go. The first thing to note is the entry animation. It looks absolutely disgusting. It's delayed, comes down from the ceiling. Beautiful. Alright, let's take a peek at the power. It's so massive it won't even fit on your screen. Hidden Pursuit. When the Xenomorph is in the trial, a series of tunnels become available. By accessing the control station, it can enter these tunnels to quickly move around the map, detect the presence of nearby survivors, and speed up the cooldown time of its runner mode. Exiting a control station momentarily deactivates deployed turrets and tags nearby survivors with killer instinct. So the runner mode reads as the Xenomorph enters runner mode automatically when not on cooldown. In the runner mode, it walks on all fours and becomes stealthier, reducing its terror radius. While in runner mode, the Xenomorph also has access to a brutal tail attack. Now this attack is kind of insane. It can hit over tiles like a projectile like Huntress or Deathslinger. Its range is insanely far. It's honestly really deadly. You really want, as a survivor, tall walls to loop this killer around. And the fact that it has a reduced terror radius makes it a lot easier for the Xenomorph to sneak up on survivors and, hit them with a tail attack. So the special map features are those control stations. There's 7 that spawn automatically. So basically there are rocks scattered around the map that the Xenomorph can use to sort of like teleport, like Demo's little buttholes. And as a survivor, you can grab the flamethrowers that spawn on top of them, set down these little turrets somewhere, and try and stop the Xenomorph from attacking you. These flame turrets, they can be placed on the map to counteract the Xenomorph. When the Xenomorph enters the radius and line of sight of the turret, it attacks. The attack staggers the Xenomorph and can cause the runner mode to end. If it successfully knocks them out of runner mode or fires for too long, it overheats. It must be repaired by the survivors, and then the Xenomorph can obviously attack the turrets to destroy them, and carrying a turret does make you immune to detection while the killer is in the tunnel. That's kind of a cool little feature. Power-wise, I think this killer's maybe slightly similar. Well, I mean, they're similar to Demo. They might be slightly stronger. The tail attack during runner mode is actually kind of insane. So let's take a peek at the perks real quick. First, you have Rapid Brutality. Interesting perk. Basically, you no longer gain Bloodlust, but as soon as you hit a survivor with a basic attack, so not a tail attack, you gain 5% haste for 10 seconds. Kind of nice on some shorter tiles. Allows you to catch up to the survivor quicker after they get their speed boost from you hitting them. It might be really insane on quite a few killers. I'm thinking of like Spirit specifically might be kind of nuts. Second up, we got Alien Instinct. It activates whenever you hook a survivor. You see the aura of the furthest injured survivor, key here, injured, for 5 seconds, and that survivor becomes oblivious for 20, so they'll kind of know that their aura is revealed. And then the last perk is Ultimate Weapon. When you open a locker, it activates for 30 seconds. Survivors entering your terror radius scream. They reveal their position and gain blindness for 30 seconds, and then it goes on a 30-second cooldown. Kind of interesting. So you can basically check lockers. You might see this perk combined with a maybe like what is it? Darkness Revealed. Could be very good. For the survivor, her perks, we have Ellen Ripley, of course. This was pretty much the only option. So for Ellen's first perk, we have Chemical Trap. After completing 50% of any generator, it activates. Standing next to a drop pallet, you can press the active ability button to install a trap. It stays active for 2 minutes. And the aura of the trap pallets are revealed in yellow to all survivors. Whenever a killer performs a break action on the trap, it explodes and they're slowed by 50% for 4 seconds. Not too bad, especially if you can place at like really strong god pallets like Shaq. Her second perk is Light-Footed. Pretty basic perk. When you're healthy, it activates. Your running footsteps are silent, and it goes on cooldown for 20 seconds after performing any rushed action. So leaving a locker, vaulting a pallet or window. And her last perk is Lucky Star. When you hide in a locker, it activates. You leave no pools of blood. You make no grunts of pain for 10 seconds. And when you exit, you get to see the auras of other survivors and the closest generator for 10 seconds. And it has a 30-second cooldown. So kind of not a bad way to maybe lose the killer mid-chase, or if you have some distance. and then essentially find survivors to help you heal or to finish your generator. So it kind of, just a little bit of everything kind of gives you some information so you can decide your next play. I guess if I were to give like an overall analysis of this chapter, it seems kind of dope. I really actually, my favorite part is probably the map. Not even really the survivor perks. Obviously, most of you know I'm a survivor main. I love the look of the killer. The Xenomorph is just, I mean, we finally have another alien-esque killer. The Mori's dope. It's kind of what I figured they would do. A lot of people were thinking maybe they were going to do something like with face huggers for the power and eggs, but I kind of feel like they maybe wouldn't have gone that route just because it's a lot extra. I think the killer power in general is it's mediocre to maybe slightly strong, mainly just because of the runner mode and the tail attack being quite powerful. There's no indication that the killer's bringing up their tail. It's very instant, so it's going to kind of reward really good aim. And yeah, I think overall the killer might sit somewhere between B and A tier, somewhere in between there, probably closer to B. Killer perks, they're okay. You might see, I think what you're going to see most is the one where the killer gets 5% haste after a basic attack, but no longer builds Bloodlust. That'll be interesting, though. I don't know if any killer's honestly going to drop Bloodlust for that. It's kind of a strong tool, so who knows? Maybe this is a precursor to us losing Bloodlust, huh? Chapter, I believe, drops August 29th, if I'm not mistaken. End of the month, yeah? Hopefully you nerds enjoyed the content. Don't forget to check out the live streams, twitch.tv/Siptonic. I love you all. Peace out.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong.